All right, students, Mr. Kuzi here. I'm going to try and make a quick video to show you the how we make a box plot. So this data here, we got 15 numbers here, and where we got this from, this is from the warm-up with the total points made by the Warriors over several seasons. Again, what it is, you can tell some stuff by looking at the whole list of data, but there's a lot of stuff you can't tell, okay? And that's what the box plot, or the box plot will actually make it easier if you had if you did the whole NBA, you'd have so many numbers, it's hard to tell where the average is. Box plot's going to get us all that stuff. So we got 15 numbers. I quickly found the median. How we found that is if there's 15 numbers, you should have 7 below and 7 above, and the 15th is right in the middle. Okay, so count towards the middle either by count step, or if there's 15, 7.5 is the middle, which means the 8th one is the middle. Okay, so for the box plot, that tells us the median. Why? It's just starting right now. Why that's useful. The median is way the heck, like 1,000 points away from the max. So the max is over here. The median tells us something here. It says, okay, even though you have a max here, most players are nowhere near this freaking max. In fact, some people are way down here at the min, which is only 32 points. And for those people, you're like, wow, how'd that guy get onto the Warriors, if he's only making 32 points? Well, part of what this is, it doesn't tell you everything. This guy who scored 32 points didn't play very many minutes throughout the season. He's not the best player. He's not high on the rank of team. He's, down on the bottom end. And that's sort of how it is. Okay, so the data can tell us some stuff. Now, if we're going to do the second median, we cover up the middle here. And now we say, okay, of these 7 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the one in the middle is 188. Because if there's 7 numbers, it's 3 below 188 and 3 above 188. And that's the lower median. Okay? If you do the same thing with the higher end, 282, 371, blah, 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 568 is the upper median because the median is the middle, and that's the middle of these 7 numbers. Okay, how's that useful? Well, it tells you some things. Lower median and upper median, 50% of our data, half our data, 50% of data is here. So even though you have some Warriors who are scoring way, way high, most of the team, half the team is in this range. Okay, not most, but half the team is in that range. Okay, if that's the case, then let's do this. That gives us some more information, but really the box plot, we need to go a little bit more. And we're going to need to make a number line. And I'll show you that right now. Okay, so we're going to take a ruler, and it doesn't have to be, it should be nice and straight. Really what it is for your notes and stuff like that, it can be imperfect, but we want some accuracy. So realistically, we're actually going to use the computer to do this most of the time. But the first time we want to do it by hand and just make sure we know. So we don't just mark down 32, 188, 273, blah, blah, blah. This has to be spaced evenly. So we need to go all the way from 32 all the way up to 1299. So we've got to go from about 0 up to about 1300. So we'll sort of just space it. Sort of even spacing. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but the more accurate it is, the more we can tell from our graph. I think let's see how far we got. Did we get far enough? This would be, let me number these real quickly. Okay, now we got it all numbered out here. And I chose hundreds because I knew I need to get it from about 0. Well, 32 is not 0, but it's close. And about 1300. Okay. If, just real quick point here, if this was test scores, I'd probably be from 0% to 100%. And I'd be counting by tens maybe. And it sort of depends. Depending on what your data is. If you're doing golf scores, you'll have a different range of numbers. If you're doing scores from soccer games don't score anywhere near this number of points. So things like that. Your data is going to be, depending on what you're working with, your numbers could be totally different. Okay, so now what we do is we go and mark these things. We mark where the 32 is, and I'm just going to put a dot here and put a 32. That's approximately where 32 would be. Sorry, let's put it this way. Approximately where 32 would be. Next, 1299. Let's go way over here, 1299. That's on the high end. The middle, 273. That's way over on the low end. And again, it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just putting it closer to 300 because 273 is a little close to 300. 568, close to 600, and 188, really close to 200. Okay, what the heck is this? So this is the basis for our Box and Whiskers plot. So what we're going to do is put a little vertical line there, vertical line there, vertical line there, vertical line there, and a vertical line there. So why Box and Whiskers? Well, what it is this is, oops, let's see if I can make a straight box and do all this work and then make it ugly. That's your box. This could be much better if I spend a little more time doing. There we go. Anyways, you get the point. It should be a nice rectangle, unlike my thing here. The other thing is this should go from there to there, and then there to there. Okay, so what does this tell us? If I gave you a list of numbers, it's hard to tell. You can say, well, we got some big numbers and we got some small numbers, and the middle is somewhere around here. Well, with this, you can look, and right there, that's the middle. Middle of a box plot is always the middle of the box, okay? This is the lower median, this is the upper median. So again, this whole box, this box right here, that's where half the data, half of the data is in here. Okay, so if that was test scores, that would be half your test scores are within this range and this range. Okay. The other thing it tells 188 to 568, there's almost a 400-point range. Okay, so there's a 400-point range just between where half the players are, between the worst one and the best one. And if you go for the full data, there's a huge range. Okay, and that's what it sort of tells you. So it's great that Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are way over here, but they're what we call outliers. They're way farther than the rest of the team in terms of shooting. Okay, they also have more minutes played, and there's other factors, of course. Okay, so but just in terms of straight scores, they are way over there. Alrighty. So we call this Q1, Q2, Q3, and this is Q2 is the median. This is the lower median, and this is the Q3 is the upper median. I apologize, these labels are kind of squished in here. But that's what it is. So your low median, high median, and half your data is in between here. Okay, but again, sort of shows you 25% of the teams down here in this little box, 25% is in here because the whole thing is 50%. So lots of stuff you can tell just visually looking at it. That's why a scatter plot's or a box plot's nice. Now, as I said, realistically, you're not going to be doing box plots that way. What you would do is go to Google and let it load. And what we're going to do is box plot creator. You can do a box plot in Google Sheets. You can do box plot maker, box plot, do it in Excel, whatever's easiest for you. If you just do Google box plot creator, then what you end up with is there's a ton of them here. And I've actually clicked on a number of these. They're all pretty good, but I kind of like this one, this interactive box plot, Interactive 8. Okay, and here's an example of it. So what you would do is if you're going to do is, oh shoot, where'd it go? Sorry about that. So this is a sample. You would put your data into this box here and then do update. And it does different things. And so this is a box plot. There's the median, there's the upper median, there's the lower median, and then there's the ends of the data, the max and the min. Okay? Excuse me. So when you're putting this into your project, all you have to do is just type the numbers into here, and it'll be quicker than all the time I spent drawing that one. And then you're going to click on it, and you can either copy or save the image, and then put it into your project. Alrighty, so that's how it sort of goes. Hopefully this helps, and if you have any problems with box plot, let me know in class, and use the box plot creator to make a really nice looking one to insert in your project. Thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon, you guys.